Welcome to day 232 of 66 in 26, our journey to read through all 66 books of the Bible in 2026. This is Monday, which means Pentateuch Day. Pentateuch is the first 5 books of the Bible. We're in book 4, the book of Numbers. As a reminder, in the book of Exodus, we saw the people of Israel brought out of Egypt in slavery by God's mighty hand through Moses, and then they are brought to Mt Sinai, where God gives the 10 Commandments and all the other regulations of the Old Testament law. Through the rest of Exodus and the book of Leviticus, the people of Israel are encamped at Mount Sinai, receiving that law through Moses from God. Now in the book of Numbers, the people are getting ready to break camp, to lift everything up, pull up the tent pegs and everything, and strike camp and march toward the promised land. They're not quite there. Next week, we'll see when they leave Mount Sinai. Right now, God is preparing them with last instructions as they prepare for their journey to the promised land. Among those regulations and instructions is what is known as a Nazirite vow in Numbers chapter 6. So this was if any Israelite man or woman wanted to give a special dedication, a time of self-discipline, and a special obligation to the Lord, where they would, and it was a varied amount of time. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year. Very similar to what you might think for Christians as giving up something for Lent. So it would be something that would be a time of self-discipline for them and an opportunity to get closer to the Lord with dietary restrictions and their how they associate with other people. The way they live their life day to day was with heightened restrictions and regulations as a Nazirite vow. The other thing that we see in Numbers chapter 6 is probably a section of very familiar words at the very end of Numbers chapter 6, what is often known as the Aaronic Benediction. This is a benediction, a blessing that God gave to Moses to instruct to Aaron, his brother, to speak over the Israelites regularly. And we do this every week in our worship when we bless the people at the end of worship. The pastor stands up and says, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord look upon you with his favor and give you his peace." That is known as the Aaronic Benediction, after Aaron, the brother of Moses. Now, this is a way of saying that God is going to turn his face toward the people. And it's really a great blessing, an encouragement to us to know that God is turning toward us, not in anger, but in blessing, in offering all that he has. It's almost like the sun shining on us when God's face is turned toward us. And that is the Aaronic Benediction. That has been spoken since about a year after the people came out of Egypt, which was then around 1445 BC. So for 3,450 years or so, over 3,000 years, this blessing has been spoken over the people of Israel, and now Christians as pastors speak that blessing over the people, and we experience then not just God turning his face toward us, but his very name placed on us as his claim on us as individuals, that we're under his kingship, under his lordship, and that means his protection, his provision, and his love.